I need to check and see where's Alexander the Great. Where is he at? Where is he? Let's see. Okay, there's Alexander. So he's the general in charge, and he is right here. He's part of my veteran pike phalanx. So we're gonna get our cavalry over here. We'll start moving these guys as a group, because it's just faster that way. Alright. And another thing I want you to notice is that when I march my troops across the river, I don't do it haphazardly. I do it in a very, very specific way. I always put my weakest troops first. So here you have my mercenary hoplites, who are only of average quality. Then you have my citizen hoplites, who are enthusiastic. And then you have my pike phalanxes, which are of much higher quality. I always like to keep my strongest troops in the rear and my weakest troops in front. And the reason for that is when they cross the river and get to this side, my strongest troops will be right at the edge of the river, ready to meet the Romans when they arrive. Alright, so they sent their cavalry across the river, one of their sub-generals, Laetorius Badialus. I'm not even trying to pronounce that. Then they have a Sestati coming across. They've got some light javelin men and some Italian foot with the Triarii behind them, which is really bad news for us. But I'm confident that my guys can at least delay these guys and keep them distracted while I get everyone down here positioned for the major battle. Let's see here. Who do I want to attack first? We could take out that cavalry pretty easily. It won't take too much work to get them. In fact, the cavalry is actually a soft target for us. All we have to do is stay out of the way and make sure we don't get charged. Yeah, on the game, the Lightfoot is actually pretty effective against the heavy infantry and cavalry in large groups, especially if we can isolate them. I've actually been able to destroy Roman legionaries with just Lightfoot, and what I did was I just surrounded them and waited till they were isolated from their teammates and basically annihilated them. One of the things I think about this game as far as the battles and stuff is I feel like the battles decided right at the beginning of the game when you position your troops on the field. If you position your troops incorrectly, you pretty much lost right from the very beginning. So it's very important to look at the terrain and think carefully about where your troops are going to go and what kind of plan do you have to deal with the enemy. Yeah, we got all these guys in the forest. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to put Alexander here. I'm going to put... No, it's my pike phalanx. I thought it was Alexander. Yeah, I was watching a documentary about King Pyrrhus of Epirus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. But I think him and Alexander the Great were actually related, and he actually became king of Macedonia. And he actually fought the Romans at I think it was the Battle of Heraclea. And although King Pyrrhus was able to beat the Romans tactically, he lost so many of his men that he realized if he continued fighting the Romans, he was going to ultimately lose because the Romans were able to replace their losses very, very quickly. And that's where the word Pyrrhic victory comes from. And I think if Alexander had fought the Romans, I think the outcome would have been similar. I think that although Alexander might have been able to beat the Romans tactically with his phalanx and his forces. I think the sheer number of Roman soldiers they could bring to the field would have been enough to probably overwhelm him.